for it. Oh, we live, baby. What's going on with you, man?
What's good, man? It's good to be back.
It's always good to be back. God damn, it's like it's been two. Actually, it hasn't been that long. It was only a couple days ago, but we did it. We did a very short show though.
That's right.
Yeah, we did a brand new format. I guess I can announce it right now. Me and Jair have a Facebook live TV show coming out in the fall. All things fantasy football. There'll be 5 topics. The topics would be quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and defense. And we'll just go through our sleepers, our keepers, the guys who know we're gonna go off, and our busts. Like I said, 5 minutes or 5 topics, 3 minutes each, and Facebook Live. Look out for us. What you think about that format, man?
Like it. It's gonna be just run and gun, 7 seconds or less. Mike Dance on the offense.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm really looking forward to that show a lot, man. I think it's gonna be great. It should get being on Facebook too. Should have a lot of good views on there. It'll be simple, man. It'll be easy. We run through that like nothing.
Yeah.
So, all Untitled, always massive. First question: what you sipping on, baby?
It is basketball season.
It is basketball season.
Body Armor, Kobe system, not just Gatorade.
Ooh,
Body Armor.
The Kobe system.
High fructose corn syrup, all that other nonsense. Nah, you gotta take all that out. It's got coconut water. It's healthier. It's better for you. Body Armor, Kobe system. Okay.
The Kobe system. That was the triangle. That was that sign right there. It's like above the triangle. You got to dominate everything.
Dominate everything.
Like dominate podcast. Me personally, I'm sitting here with a little infused fruit drink with some pineapple in it. Just got done with the workout, so the body's feeling right, and I'm ready to make you look stupid. So let's get right into it. That's right, baby. Hey, I ain't pulling no punches tonight. Childish Gambino.
We'll
Childish Gambino. Let's go. You want to talk about the man first? You gotta let you go ahead and run point.
I want to talk about what do we expect from this album, because every Childish Gambino album is totally different from the next. And there has been linear progression from the beginning to where we are today. So I'm going to go a little bit in detail. As you and I know, I have been stands since 2011, since Camp dropped. And there has been linear progression. We like to talk about to the audience some of the behind the scenes. It was actually Simmons gave me a mixtape of Camp that I gave to you about 2 years down the road and put you on game.
Okay.
For trash talking.
Okay. Yeah. All right. It's that kind of night. Okay. All right. Let's go. Night. All right.
Very quickly, shout out to my boy Simmons. Me and him was texting back and forth all day today. I wanted his thoughts. He wanted my thoughts. So just give him a shout out. Man. Yeah. And he put me on Childish. So shout out to that. But I want to start from the beginning. And in Camp, his first mixtape, we get this late summer heading into fall album. Right. And it's from the perspective of like a high school senior. It's very ambitious. You know, you're all headed to, your senior year. You're riding high. You got prom on the way, et cetera, et cetera. It's got cheesy one-liners that are kind of creative and fun. And so he grasps this audience of white, black, Latino.
Yeah.
He grasps this entire audience. Right. And then we get to Because the Internet. And so we go from Camp, which is this high ambition, and then Because the Internet is like life hitting. All of a sudden, life ain't as great as you thought it would be.
I love that album.
We'll talk about that. So we go from summer into fall, and now Because the Internet is in the dead of winter. Because the Internet dropped, I believe, December 21st. It's very bad. So, what is Because the Internet? Because the Internet is Childish trying to find himself in this world. We know who Donald Glover is. We got that in Camp. But who is the music artist of Childish Gambino? And throughout that entire album, we see his struggle. I'm going to talk about 2005 real quickly, because that's what most fans know Childish to be. It's a very depressing record. It sounds nice.
Extremely depressing.
But it's extremely depressing. I got this thing right here. A competent ain't the half of it. Saturdays, we young lavishing. Sad as shit, I'm bad at it. They took it from the cabinet. Whoa. Sorry, I'm just scared of the future. Till 2005.
I got your back. We can do this. Hold up.
So we have this Childish Gambino mantra with the nappy hair. with, if you remember the Hot 97 interview, he had that terrible white jacket.
Oh, I think it was horrific, but he killed that freestyle.
He did. He definitely did. Let me get into that too. And where do I fit into this world? And Childish asking his fans, where do you fit in this? We talked about the 2005 music video.
Talk about it.
On the other podcast. It was on this Ferris wheel. Like life. Life comes in circles. What goes around comes around, right? And everything looks good from the outside. But if you look closely, you see that teddy bear next to Childish is aging. And Childish is staying the same. So he's asking himself, how do I fit in this world? Then, from winter, we go to the spring, summertime EP/Gangsta Grills mixtape.
Oh, Stone Mountain.
And we have this idea of this free Childish Gambino, understanding who he is, what he is, how he fits in. And he finds peace at home in Atlanta. All those samples of those records, Push It, Mood I Dope, You Don't Have to Call, are Atlanta samples.
Don't forget Southern Hospitality.
Southern Hospitality. There's so many. But just like an episode of Black Mirror, where you have to question when everything is good.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
We find very quickly at the end of that album that it was all a dream. I had a dream I was in Atlanta. That's how it starts. And then it ends with, and then I woke up. There are Easter eggs throughout that album that showcase he is sleeping through. I don't want to get into that. It's a bit too nerdy.
Talk about one of them. Nah, let's get into it. Give me one of them.
Listen to the Atrium. This is getting into it. You hear this. You remember the Atrium skit?
Yes. Okay.
On that mixtape. If you listen very closely to it, you hear this kind of sound. The next song is You Don't Have to Call. And remember, just like Kanye's Dark Twisted Fantasy, that album plays in the mindset of a dream in Gambino, right? And You Don't Have to Call. First of all, Childish throughout his whole life has been a persona of heartbreak. And now You Don't Have to Call, all of a sudden he gets the girl. In You Don't Have to Call, there's a line that says, I'm really in the parking lot, sleeping on some broke niggas' camera, something like that. And you hear the same mixing sound you hear in the Atrium that sounds just like a commercial that would be playing in a car. You can go listen to it. I challenge the audience to go listen to it. So what does that tell us? Hawaii, the actual EP starts with, and now that it's over, I'll never be sober.
It's a great
so we
song,
understand that the Stone Mountain mixtape is a fantasy. It is just that, a dream. It's not real. And then we understand Childish once again trying to find himself. And we see progression. We see Jaden Smith in that with his monologues. Right?
Go on.
When we get that shout out to Simmons, he said it's a Telegraph Avenue like spinoff. Like it is such a like beachy something you'd listen to on the road, right?
I'll be the beach. I'll put it like this. I'll be going to the beach next week. That whole album, that whole album will be getting played.
As it should.
Or repeat.
As it should. Also, there's a pack Malibu while I'm at it. Since you're gonna be at the beach.
Will do.
Just to throw that out there. Right? And then we get this duality of Childish trying to find himself, and then he's finding peace as the album continues. Then we get to Wake Up My Love. And I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know what it means. Do you know what it means?
How so you can tell me? You just want to run a point right now.
I don't know. And I said all that to say this. I don't know what to expect from this upcoming album. Am I going to get bar-centric Childish Gambino from Camp and Stone Mountain? Ambitious? Am I going to get sadistic, depressed, winter, snow album like Because the Internet? Am I going to get feel-good records like Redbone or Sober? I don't know.
Was Redbone really a feel-good record?
It sounds good. Let me put it that way. It maybe not a feel-good, but more of a... Yeah, I say it's a feel-good. Not in a maybe traditional, like, something you wake up to in the morning, but...
No, hell no. Now, let me ask you this.
It creates a positive vibe, is what I'm trying to say. Go ahead.
But does it, though? See, I feel that music can take on different forms over the years. It can change. That's a beautiful thing about when behind the keyboard, you're playing them notes. Um, the movie Get Out, when that movie dropped, it made me look at the song completely different than before. Now I look at it right now, it's almost like it reminds me like a warning, like something's bad's about to happen every time I hear that song. I still enjoy it. I still like to hear it, but I don't get the good vibes that I got beforehand. It's more like oh shit, like something's on the horizon. I better get ready for this shit when I hear Redbone now.
Let
As
me
all
ask you.
because of the movie, I think took the song into its own hands and made it something new, which is a great thing, by the way.
It is great that that kind of art form can take its own based on a movie and just the intro scene to that movie. It's not like it's an essential theme. If you take that movie out of it, you've never seen the movie. Is it a feel good record, so to speak, for you still? Or is it just attached to that memory of, well, Get Out? I don't want to spoil it, but
If you haven't seen the movie now, then I don't know why are you here. Yeah. I'll give you that though. I'll give you that. You're 100% right in that. You're 100% right. But I can't not take that away. It is out there. It exists. It's unfair for me to look at it in a different lens at this point. Now I see it, and then it's like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. That it exists in a different way. If a song can have a second life, I mean that's a beautiful thing. You see all the times movies will bring back songs from old and make it popular again. Fucking Ray Charles had a #1 hit in 2005, 2006, whenever the late registration dropped. Exactly. It's a beautiful thing, man, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, I want to get into it. You broke down a lot of Gambino's records, what to expect. I'll tell you what I think is going to happen on this album. There's one thing with Gambino that I think he does well is he makes singles. He makes great singles, captures your attention. The album's on the way, but it seems like a lot of times, more than recent, when the album has dropped, what he considers to be an album, not a mixtape, an album, it never lives up to the hype of what that single put out. Redbone, This Is America, another one right there too. Is the album going to live up to the hype of the video? It's hard, man. That's hard to say. That's tough. That single is #1 in the nation right now. #1. This is America. The video behind it, the video behind it makes the song. Of course, you can't take one without the other. You listen to the song by itself, it doesn't sound the same. I mean, the beat still hits. Everything sonically is still there, but it doesn't have the same with that visual. Shout out to music videos, by the way. It's about time that we see some great music videos. God's Plan, this one right here. I'm tired of motherfuckers behind white screens throwing money. Show me something visually entertaining and stimulate my mind. I appreciate it, Gambino. Drake, thank you very much. Now back to Childish. I think that this album right here is going to be more not socially, but more socially conscious than any other work he's put out. I think that first single was a warning shot, and I think he has to say on the rest of his album is going to fuck motherfuckers up. I think, like you said before in the last podcast, Childish Gambino right now is what Kanye thinks he's doing, and Gambino's going to deliver 100%. I think this album right here is going to put Gambino over the top. Now, I know he's on fire right now, but I feel like a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon at this point. But you and me, we've been rocking with Gambino for the past 5-6 years, maybe a little bit longer than that. I remember you gave me a CD. I remember you gave me Camp, and I played that shit. I remember that. I remember 2014, listening to his album that dropped. I remember all that. Yeah, I've been there every step of the way. The Gangsta Grills. I couldn't believe he dropped the Gangsta Grills. Me and you have been there. A lot of people are just hopping on right now. But we've been watching Childish Gambino's work. Dude, I told you, I remember him back in Community. We was doing that first season. Back in his old YouTube channel from way back in the day, Derek Comedy. I know about Gambino, Childish Donald Glover himself, and Childish Gambino. I've been watching for a very long time. Definitely proud of the man's growth. I think this is his moment, and I think he's gonna fucking deliver, dude. I got my money on Gambino. Call your bookie. Call him right now. You want to put your money on him. See what the Vegas odds are.
When you say socially conscious, are you talking about from the temperature in America as a whole, as a society? When you say socially conscious, is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, I'll put it like this. If think of it as the best way I could put it, think of it as if Talib Kweli was extremely popular, but also did kind of like pop rap at the same time. I think that's what you can get with Childish Gambino.
That's interesting.
That's pretty much what This Is America is. I mean, it's a socially conscious song, but it still has trap elements to it. You can play it in the club, but it still stimulates your mind at the same time with good lyrics. That's the best of both worlds, if you ask me. You give me something that everybody can rock out to, and it also is enlightening. How can you beat that? Why are more people doing that? Why does it always have to be one or the other?
And I wanna on that point, you talked about Childish and his singles. He has never chased a single for the point of selling, just a single for the point of gaining popularity. I just want to point that out there.
You don't think
his singles have stayed true to his music form? He hasn't compromised as we've seen other rappers do.
That is true. That's true. Gambino's like it's only a few artists like him, like Gambino. It's guys that are really winning. That except for not Wale. I ain't gonna throw him out there, but Gambino, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, dudes that are just real true to themselves and they are who they are in their music. Those are the cats out here that's winning. There's some other guys out here. I need a name. Don't need to give them that fame right now. But I mean, they're here today and gone tomorrow. I mean, how many times have we seen it? You have to be who you are in your music. It doesn't matter who you are. There's people out there like you. You know, Gambino sends up to be. Let's go with nerd. May not very popular in high school. This and the third, whatever. There's a niche audience for that, and that niche audience, it's a lot more of them than you think, and that's why Gambino's popping off now. Now he's well accepted, but he's, to me, on the come up. When he's always coming up, when he dropped Stone Mountain, a lot of his fans were upset about that. They were mad he did it. I was like, what the fuck is he doing? Why is he putting on this kind of music? It's not who he is at all. People are genuinely upset all over the internet. Me personally, though, I understand what he was doing. He was trying something new, but he was still within himself. Like you said, I had a dream that one day, I ran the streets of Atlanta. They played all my stations, or played all my songs. I sold at the Georgia Dome, 3 nights in a row. DJ Drama come on there, and he was killing that shit too. The man is multi-talented. He could do almost it all. He can, if you want to hop in the trap music lane, he could kill that shit. R&B, kill that shit. Just rap. You saw the Rosenberg freestyle, kill that shit. You're looking at the most talented man of our generation right now. Jamie Foxx, respect to you. Chris Brown, respect to you. But right now, in this very moment, you may say I'm in the prison of the moment, but right now, in this very moment, I got Gambino, baby.
We got his SNL skit, his Han Solo movie coming out, his acting ability.
30 Rock.
The writer at 30 Rock. I mean, it's ridiculous. All the things he can do. And if anybody out there has not listened to the Hot 97 freestyle, please
go watch.
The podcast is over.
Please go see it. Where do you rank Gambino at amongst rappers today?
That's tough. Because
what is his place?
Off the top, I'd say top 5, but he's not just bar centric. He can sing. Yeah. Let me rephrase that. He can sing well. Unlike other rappers that are singing just to make it fit the Wale's, the Coles, and even the Drake's isn't really a natural singer. But Childish can flat out sing. As you saw that, go ahead. Dude,
you saw that one performance. I didn't want to cut you off, but I think it aged your point too. That performance that a lot of people are talking about either on Saturday Night Live. We did Saturday. Yeah, that was another great performance as well. Another good song. This album's gonna be something, man. It's gonna be something.
I'd say top 5, but he's so different. He's so creative. I don't know. I'm all for. People say don't compare. I'm all for comparing. I will compare LeBron and Jordan. I don't care if they're in different eras. But Childish is so unique. I don't know what to compare him to. Which I guess is the ultimate compliment of all. And you could go with Jamie Foxx, but Jamie Foxx couldn't rap.
Could he? I mean,
he didn't prove it. How about that?
Okay, all right, fair enough.
All right, yeah, let's go with that.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Both of them can act. I mean, right now at this very moment, I have to do more research on it. But right now, in this very moment, I'm giving Childish Gambino the nod just because he's out there in my face more than Jamie Foxx is. Now, Jamie Foxx probably drop a movie. He may go on tour and drop an album this winter, and then I'll be like, Jamie Foxx. But right now,
it's been a while since Jamie Foxx dropped an album worth discussion.
That's true. That's very true. Damn, that is true.
Who's the better, just raw, natural singer?
I'll go with Jamie.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Jamie has a better voice.
Fair
But
enough.
I think Childish has a better songs.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's kind of like I think a lot of people are better rappers than Gucci Man, but I think Gucci Man has a lot of great songs out there. So it's kind of like that one right there. You gonna check out Solo?
My God, what?
Check out Solo, Gambino's new movie.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Childish. I'm sporting.
Yeah, I like the fact he's getting back into acting too. It's been a while since he's actually played like a big role. I know he had a role in that movie a couple years ago. I think Life, but like he died like I don't know, maybe like 20, 30 minutes. I don't know when he died. I know he died in the movie. And they didn't use him properly in the movie at all. But this movie coming out, definitely looking forward to it, dude. Yes. I can't wait.
And of course, we forgot to mention the TV show Atlanta somehow in all of this praise.
He has so much work going on. I mean,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Another one, Atlanta.
You know, we talked about impact a lot when we were talking about Kanye's that whole bracket thing.
We did.
Right now, Childish impact is second to none when you consider all spectrums.
When it's all said and done, would you put his talent over Kanye? All that Kanye bullshit aside, Kanye's body of work versus Childish Gambino's body of work.
Just music?
I'm talking everything. Well, you gotta look at the whole package with Kanye, the fashion, you gotta look at the beats, of course, and his own personal music versus all the Childish work. One got to go right now. Which one would it be? But Childish should be losing his music, of course. All this writing, everything.
You're talking about some classic samples of Kanye. You're talking about Blueprint. You're talking about Black Album. You're talking about some very good work there.
Yeah, you're also talking about Future's, not Future, but Gambino's future work. All his future projects and things he could do. Gambino hasn't really got started yet.
I'll say this. I can easily defend Gambino. My inclination was to say Kanye, but with everything that's going on, I didn't even want to defend him. I don't even want to stream his music right now. If his music is on a playlist, I'm skipping it at this current point.
Damn, yay. What did he say in that one song? What was it? Can't Tell Me Nothing. I feel the pressure under more scrutiny and what I do. Act more stupidly. Hey, I guess you could say he's true to his lyrics. So.
Hey, I guess so.
Is there any final words you want to say about Gambino before we move on to this good NBA talk?
Yeah, to those the fans of hip hop that maybe don't understand, but don't like his music. If you only listen to his album once or twice, it requires multiple listens. Camp requires multiple listens to understand what's going on, especially the outro on that album, which is fantastic with that power. Because the internet, I hated when it first came out. Let me say that again. I hated because the internet when it first dropped. And then give time, which is fantastic. And it got better and better and better, and I understood it more and more and more. And you see things that catch on. Stone Mountain, the same thing. It took a long time for me to catch some of those Easter eggs, and that we found that he was sleeping throughout that I shared earlier in the podcast. Yeah,
Gambino's definitely an acquired taste.
Yes.
If you're not used to him, but some of his early music, you can say it's kind of corny or whatnot, but you know what?
Definitely.
It's him. It's him all day. That's why I accepted it. Like, I mean, some of his stuff I was like, but you know what? I saw the passion in it. I saw that he loved his work. He enjoyed it, and he just kept grinding no matter what. How much shit do you think he got when he first started rapping? I don't think the internet was really like social media was really popping like that at the time. It's probably like social media really popped off officially to me like 2014, 2015. That's when it's like really, really a thing. But
the meme
it's always been out there. But yeah, exactly, the meme era. But like this is like 2011, or 2010 when he first started out. And a lot of people don't really take him too seriously. But now, everybody loves him. It's crazy. Like Mike Jones said, back then didn't love me. Now I'm hot all on me. So that is anything in life, dude.
Facts.
Yeah. So Gambino, shout out to you. Much love. Keep doing your thing, baby. All right. What's going on with LeBron, baby? What's going on with the Cavaliers? Actually, you know what? Fuck all that. How about Brad Stevens and Marcus Smart? Because them Celtics right now winning games, man. They're looking good out there. They're looking good. You saw the game last night.
Sure did.
Yeah. Tell me what you think about it. I'll tell you what I think next. You got to worry about that.
Brad Stevens he's in the elite echelon of coaches. He's Pop, he's with Kerr, he's right there. Rank him whatever order, I don't care. The preparation of this team is so obvious to the eye. And I will break it down in the simplest way I can.
Break it down.
I have seen time and time again when LeBron is establishing post position that he'll get the ball, and then the double team comes, and of course he's 6'9". He could just see over it and passes to Kyle Korver in the corner. Boston anticipates instead of reacting. So by the time LeBron gets the ball,
hands up.
Two defenders on him, hands up. That is all coaching. That is all coaching. I can't talk highly enough of Brad Stevens as a purist of the game who loves the X and O's. Brad Stevens, I mean, he's just putting Tyronn Lue in a blender. I mean, it's worse than Allen Iverson stepping over him at this point.
Oh my God!
I mean, he's just,
damn. You are so disrespectful.
No,
I'm gonna let you finish. Unlike
Thank
Kanye.
you for letting me finish. I mean, and the offensive system. This team is young. We talked about in the playoff edition, the very first one we had Teddy on here. Young teams, and this is where we see this. They grow through mistakes. Well, they've circumvented that whole process, and they're playing. They don't. Jason Tatum is 20. He's 20. I don't see it.
Jaylen Brown's 21. Terry Rozier.
Talk about it.
I'll tell you. So last year, you had Jay Crowder, you had Avery Bradley, you had Isaiah Thomas. And Isaiah Thomas averaged like 28 points a game. Something just crazy. 29 points a game. MVP consideration. They all ended up getting traded for different pieces. Just due to Gordon Hayward coming in and Kyrie Irving also coming in too. Avery Bradley leaves, Jay Crowder and Isaiah Thomas go to the Cavs, of course, with that pick. Just take it back. Avery Bradley went to the Pistons. Now, you notice how all of them looked right after they left that Brad Stevens system. They look like shit. Let's be honest, dude. Avery Bradley, who I thought Avery Bradley, I'm like looking at last year against Bradley Beal, I'm like, dude, these two dudes are just as good as each other. Not even close, dude. Not even close. Avery Bradley got exposed outside that Boston system. Didn't do anything in Detroit. Went to the Clippers. Didn't do much at all. Then got hurt. He lost a lot of money this offseason. Jay Crowder went to Cleveland. Looked like garbage. Got traded. Went to Utah. Looked a lot better. But he also got Quinn Snyder there as well, too. And the system kind of fits what he does. So, different topic another day. Isaiah Thomas, you're 5'9". Your hips already messed up. You can't defend anybody. You're a liability. The fact that Brad Stevens was able to hide you on shooters, guys just post up in the corner, great coaching. I don't see why Mark Cats don't do that. But whatever. That's the NBA for you. Dude, Brad Stevens, that system, it is almost to me, it doesn't matter who's there. I feel like Brad Stevens take a bunch of undrafted UDFA players, put them on Boston, sounded cheap deals, and they probably can go at least to the second round of playoffs. I think he's just that good of a coach. I think system is just that good. This year, Scary Terry, my man Rose hopping in, taking over games, looking great from the since Kyrie Irving went down. Rozier's earned himself a check. He's going to be a restricted agent next year, but somebody's going to pay him, or they could trade him. They have so many assets. You got Jaylen Brown, you got Jason, you got my man Tatum, Horford, a renaissance man, Marcus Morris, Aaron Baines, Marcus Smart. I can't say enough about that man's play last night. You watched this game, dude. The man was all over the court, knocking down big shots, playing great D. First of all, Jair Smith, that was dirty as shit when you pushed Horford. His head almost hit the backboard. That could be an instant concussion or even worse. Why the NBA really should. That's a cause you should suspend for right there. That's what you should suspend for. That's what guys been kicked out the game for. That's unnecessary. The dude almost. I mean, I ain't going to get too hyped over it. J.R. Smith should have got a lot more punishment than what he did. At least a fine. J.R. Smith, terrible last name, by the way. But Marcus Smart getting up in his face. The spirit of the team. He's almost like Boston's Draymond Green. And you cannot knock that right there. Now, with that being said, there's one thing about Brad Stevens that I haven't been very impressed with. There's one thing about him that I think he can be exposed on is that his teams don't play well on the road in the playoffs. They don't. They don't play well on the road in the playoffs. Look at last year. The only reason they won in Boston last year or Chicago last year in the first round is because Rondo got hurt. I think if Rondo didn't get hurt that series, I think Chicago takes that, or at least goes to a game 7. They play against Washington next series. What happens? They lose all 3 games on the road. Then, of course, they eventually lost to Cleveland. This year, Milwaukee. What happens? They lose all 3 games on the road. They did win 1 game in Philly, the next round, but it was tough. It was a tough win. Very tough win. The next one, they lost by double digits. This year, they went 2 at home. Now they're going to Cleveland. Who knows, dude? The series isn't over. Cleveland's going to win some games. It's at least going to go 6 or 7 games. LeBron's not getting swept. Let's just put it like that right now. That's not happening. You take over. Tell me what you think about that.
If your biggest criticism of Brad Stevens to this point has been his teams don't play well on the road in the playoffs, I would say he's doing a pretty damn good job. If that's your biggest complaint. It's valid, but if that's your biggest, man, I know a lot. I would love to say that about some of the other teams out there. Oh, y'all don't play well on the road in the playoffs. Well, shit. So do 29 other teams.
Not the Warriors.
I want to go. You brought up Al Horford in an era where big men have been exposed to small ball and the lateral quickness. Al Horford is playing his best ball. That's incredible. That's coaching. I agree. This series isn't over. The Cavs are going to win game 3 at least.
At the very least.
At the very least. I expect this to go 6-7. The Cavs have issues defensively. I think they have issues offensively. I think they're way too dependent on LeBron.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's LeBron and who else? The ghost of Kevin Love? The corpse of Jair Smith?
Oh, don't be respectful. Don't you be so... Did you... Kevin Love has been balling this entire... Okay, here's my complaint with the Cavs. First of all, they have the highest payroll
get back to Kevin Love. Yeah, go on.
First of all, they have the highest payroll in the league. Let's stop there. All right? Mm-hmm. Every trade that LeBron has asked for, he has gotten. He's asked for help. He's gotten it. He has Kevin Love, who is playing very well.
Kevin Love is a run-of-the-mill forward at this point in his career.
I'm going to sidestep that one.
We'll get back to it. We're going.
I'll put it like this. Jordan and Kobe, towards the end of their career and middle end of their career, realized they had to give up the rock and facilitate and allow other players to get involved, and then they can take over late. They had enough gas in the tank. They both had to learn that lesson. Have we overrated the idea of LeBron as a facilitator, not a passer? We know LeBron can pass to the open man like none else. But does he really make the players around him better? Because when LeBron steps off the court, this team completely fails. And if you're really facilitating guys like George Hill, who are more than capable, who have playoff experience, who've been there before, Rodney Hood, he's a quality player.
Oh, my God.
You're telling me he's not a quality player?
Yeah, against G League competition.
Oh, my goodness. George Hill is a quality player on that Utah Jazz team that made the playoffs last year in the second round, who upset the Clippers.
We ain't talking last year.
I'm saying I'm not saying he's an all-star, man. I'm just saying he should be playing better than what he is.
He is this generation's Derek Fisher without the rings.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
But it's not going to win you games, though.
No, I understand that. But this team should be better than what they are. Would you agree?
No, this team is garbage.
And I'm trying to get to the why this team is garbage. This team on paper should be better than what they are. They should be better than what they are.
Yeah, because Larry Nance Jr. and Jordan Clarkson
Larry Nance Jr. is another high-quality role player that I saw in the Lakers time and time again. He should be perfect getting 25 minutes a game.
But look at the teams you're talking about, the Lakers. He was getting minutes from the Lakers.
As a role player. Again, I'm not saying these guys are superstars. I'm not saying they're all-stars. I'm saying they are high-quality role players who I would love to have a Derek Fisher on my team any day of the week.
When I say that was Derek Fisher, I was being somewhat generous, but Derek Fisher can still hit you the big shot. Derek Fisher can still step up for you.
And George Hill can't, as we saw time and time again throughout his career.
His career is behind him, just like Derek Fisher's career became behind him.
32, 33? You saying like this man washed up like Andre Miller.
Andre Miller got washed up towards the end when he was like 45 out there still playing. When has George Hill ever taken over a game or done anything big on the court?
I'm not saying take over, but he is a player who if he's your fourth or fifth best player on the court, you should be better than what you are currently.
If George Hill is your 8th or 9th best player on the court, then you're doing something good. If George Hill is your 3rd or 4th best player on your team, I'm sorry, bro. At this stage in his career, we ain't talking George Hill for 2015.
I'm talking about this George Hill of last year. George Hill of last year was playing exceptionally well with the Jazz.
Yeah, with Quinn Snyder. Quinn Snyder, great coach.
I agree with that. And so that's part of the blame here. Coaching is an issue in Cleveland. And LeBron is the coach.
Is Ty Lue a good coach?
No.
Exactly.
And neither is LeBron.
No, he's a terrible GM, too.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, you gave Tristan Thompson 5 years, $80 million?
LeBron. I'm tired of it. I'm just sick of it. This team is so dependent on his penetration and kick to the open shooters. They don't do anything with off-ball movement. LeBron does nothing with off-ball. If he doesn't have the ball in his hands, he does nothing. He chills.
Like Ben Simmons. Anytime him going to Philly. Ben Simmons.
Exactly. He does nothing once the ball is out of his hands. And, by the way, defensively, LeBron has become a huge minus on the end of the court.
Oh, his defense is shit, dude. He plays no defense anymore.
I agree.
Now, I said before that I feel like that LeBron can finish as the GOAT. I feel like he can be the greatest player to ever live. But, bro, it's like it's hard, man. You're making it difficult for me right now. I feel that he'll have the stats, but his defense. He could put the. This is my thing right here. All right, let me take it back. Jordan had guys on his team that could get after it. He had Scottie Pippen. He had Rodman, playing defense. You had Ron Harper, 6'8" point guard. You had Luke Longley and forgot the other guy that was behind it, but big guys come in and get fouls. You had Tony Kukoc, come off the bench, pop with like 15, 20 for you. LeBron has put up all the offense, has a crate for everybody on the team. Nobody else can get their own shot or anything. And then also, we're expecting to play tenacious defense against the teams, against Tatum and Brown. Like, that's a tall order right there. That's a tall order. So, how much of LeBron can we actually blame for this?
Well, let's not act like LeBron didn't have help. You brought up Scottie and Rodman. LeBron had 2 starters from that Team USA team on the Miami Heat. Oh, by the way, what happened to Chris Bosh when he joined that team? He got relegated.
To a jump shooter.
Oh, by the way, what happened to Kevin Love when he joined the Cavs?
That's why a jump shooter.
Oh, by the way, we talk about LeBron as a facilitator. Dwayne Wade was primarily ran the bench. What did Kyrie do? Ran the second unit. So we keep talking about LeBron as a facilitator, but is he really? He's a great passer. I understand to those who are screaming at me. He can pass. He will hit the open man.
But does he make people better? People had to play LeBron style.
People better. A la Rondo style.
When you play with LeBron, you got to play LeBron style.
I agree. And so, is it too great of a sacrifice? Are we asking these players? Because basketball's a rhythm sport. I think sometimes when we watch the game, we think of it as in 2K. Okay, well now, Kevin Love, you've been in the corner for the last 15 minutes. Now we're going to run the offense through you. Now you haven't touched the ball outside of hitting that 2 corner threes, but now here's the ball in the mid post. Well, you're out of rhythm. You ain't touched the ball. You know what I'm saying? And we forget what it's like to be on the court, and it's difficult as these rotation players that once they get the ball, they're out of rhythm. It doesn't matter.
I feel like LeBron could be very deadly without the ball, but I think he doesn't want to. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't want to be. He wants the ball in his hand. He wants to be the quarterback. But LeBron, LeBron cutting to the rim, LeBron in the post, LeBron running around the curl, getting the ball. Well, that's not really his game right there, running around curls, getting the ball. But the post, cutting, alley-oops.
Like the mid-range area.
Yeah, a little mid-range shot. LeBron can knock those. A lot of other guys didn't have really a chance to shine on this team.
He should be the most devastating mid-range off-ball cutter in the game right now.
He should be. But when you're playing against teams that be shooting 53s a game, and they hitting about a little less than half of it, it's kind of hard.
I understand.
Oh, by the way, changed. It ain't the 90s.
He should be a great screen setter as well, by the way.
He should be a lot of things.
Size. He should be.
Yeah.
But we only talk about his points and assists because that's all we can quantify. We don't let the eyeball do the work.
Now you got guys like Marcus Morris taking him to the rim. Scary Terry beating him off the dribble. It's bad, dude. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. But I think that Cleveland, you're gonna have guys like Jair Smith. The NBA's weird. I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. This dude's the rim doesn't change no matter where you go at. So I don't understand why some of these guys play terrible on the road, but they play great at home. You're not a D1 school. North Carolina going to Duke. You're the NBA, dude. Like I don't understand why. That's the thing. It just blows my mind completely.
It's just a game of emotion. And superstars should play the same regardless home or road. But role players
at that level, though, you should bring the game regardless.
But even NBA, NFL teams play better defensively at home. It's just part of it.
It's crazy. It's crazy that you got a couple people screaming behind you, and wearing different colors, and it changes everything.
That's hype. 20,000, you just hit a three, cheering you on. I'm ready to take another shot.
That's true, but also 20,000 screaming your name, and you hit a shot and shut them up. Ready to take another shot.
Yeah, but it takes a special kind of DNA to want that kind of shot.
That's true. Does LeBron have that DNA in him right now? Does he have the DNA to beat the Celtics?
He should.
I don't know, dude.
He should.
I don't know. I would love to see a Warriors-Celtics finals, though. I think that'd be highly entertaining.
I would too. The Celtics match up very well defensively against Warriors small ball with their ability to switch.
Yeah, exactly. Because you got Tatum, you got Brown, you got Rose, Horford on Draymond.
Yeah.
You can bring Baines in there to knock some people around, and he can hit three.
Yeah.
Yeah, and put it like this: I think it's better for LeBron's legacy if he loses right now to the Celtics than if he gets swept by the Warriors again.
As weird as that may sound, I agree with that narrative.
Yeah, because the finals is big time. Everybody watching. Right. They always say 134 countries watching in so many languages. ABC, millions of eyeballs, and then you get swept for 4 games and you were non-competitive, lost every game by like 15 points. That's the last thing everyone remembers. They say once again LeBron loses another finals, but you lose in the Eastern Conference. Then 20 years from now, people don't really remember that as much. Jordan lost in the first round so many times. Nobody talks about that. They just talk 6 for 6. Jordan lost in Eastern Conference to the Magic. Nobody talks about that at all. All they say 6 for 6. Jordan came out of retirement, looked like shit with the Wizards. Nobody talks about that either. All they talk about.
We talk about that a lot. We talk about that one plenty. The last one we talk about.
We do the Wizards.
Yeah, we talk about that plenty.
People may start to be talk about it. We talked about it a little bit, but a lot of people don't talk about that one at all.
I think we try to forget more than anything that last one.
Yeah, people don't want to count that one at all for some reason.
We don't want to think about it. Like that's like a repressed memory.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I don't know, Bron. I think I win game 3, but this team is garbage. Jordan Clarkson didn't even play last game.
Jordan Clarkson is extremely overrated.
Yeah, he's like a poor man's Rodney Stuckey, and that's not a very great comparison.
Yeah, he's a combo guard who shoots. You know what? He's a poor man's Jamal Crawford. How about that?
That's a terrible. You don't want to be that.
You don't. But that's what he is.
Because Jamal Crawford, very streaky, but also highly inefficient.
Agree.
Oh well.
So to wrap this up, you think where does this end? How does the series end?
I think it ends in 7 games. The only reason why I can't see the Celtics. I don't think the Celtics can win on the road. Is it going to end? Is it going to end in 5 games or is it going to end in 7? One of the two.
And do you have the Celtics winning?
Yeah, I have the Celtics winning regardless.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't unless somehow like I said, the corpse of Jair Smith, the ghost of Kevin Love. I know he had that one good game yesterday, but he's still getting beat on defense, left and right.
Well, I mean, Al Horford was just balling.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin. They all need to change the scenery. I feel bad for that draft pick coming in. It's gonna be his team essentially, because there ain't gonna be nobody else there. Oh, you still got Larry Nance there. His contract's still gonna be there, but
George Hill be there. He got that opt-in.
Yeah, and Tristan Thompson be there because nobody else wants him. This team,
not even Chloe.
God, Jesus. Man, this whole team is terrible. All right, I'm done with them. I'm done with the Cavs. They got this far because Indiana just couldn't. Indiana's too new. The Raptors are scared of LeBron, and the Celtics just don't give a fuck. So,
I agree.
Yeah, I'm highly curious. I'm highly curious in this game 3. All right, Rockets Warriors. Is this series already over?
It was over before it started.
So one could say that, but the Rockets came out still firing and playing well. Now, when that Warrior famous third quarter came around, you saw what happened. They took their heart away from them. And after the game, it's like, why did anybody ever doubt the Warriors in the first place? And now you had to play. Now you're down 1-0, and you got to play them again. I mean, do the Rockets feel good right now at all about anything? Any kind of confidence?
James Harden played well, right? It's not like James Harden had an off game. Chris Paul was average. You could say Chris Paul could be better. Steph had a good game, but he didn't go supernova.
No, he didn't.
That Rockets crowd leaves a lot to be desired, in my opinion. A little disappointed with that crowd. It's not a hostile place. Not what I would want for a Western Conference Finals, nonetheless.
Playing against the Warriors.
The thing is, what's fixable? Because the Rockets are overly dependent on high pick and roll, and if you tee off, you pass to the shooter, right? But the Warriors are going to say, we're going to switch the pick and roll, and we're going to dare you go ISO over 48 minutes. Like, how do you fix that? I don't know what adjustment can be made.
Well, you're playing a lineup of Curry, Clay, Iggy, Draymond, and Kevin Durant. I mean, it's kind of hard to beat them off the high pick and roll. You're not playing against the Wizards, who will leave Gortat in for 5-6 straight games. Stupid.
You and Gortat, man.
Yeah, I had to throw him out there. It's just you saw what they did though. Their starting lineup changed. They didn't go out there with JaVale McGee. They went there with their what they call the Hampton Fives.
Horrible nickname.
Yeah, I hate that name.
I do too.
I think it's dumb as hell. Steve Kerr, you stick to coaching or whatever you consider to be coaching, because half the time you didn't coach the game anyway. You may pass the game off to like Draymond, let him do his thing. You saw shit in the regular season. Actually, no, it doesn't really take any talent to coach this team. You had 3 coaches for this team. They all put up identical records. Yeah, Luke Walton went 27-3. Yeah, Mike Brown, who took him like undefeated through the Western Conference.
I think Steve Kerr changed the engine underneath the hood, right? He completely revamped that horrible Mark Jackson iso ball offense they ran. He refurbished that entire car, and now all you got to do is change the oil, change the tires.
Yeah, but it takes a genius. With these people, and it's like me and you coach. We can coach the Warriors and win games.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think it takes much to coach this team. They're just so talented. But you are right. It's more management of personalities.
Yes, I agree with that too.
And he's Mark Jackson was like a taskmaster. Steve Kerr, he'll let him play Drake throughout the whole practice. So it's a little bit different. And players respond to that. So it's something to be said with that. Yeah, I think it's kind of like the Raptors LeBron thing, dude. They just took their heart from game 1, and I don't think they can get it back. I'll be highly impressed if the Rockets win tonight. I would be highly, highly impressed if James Harden and them boys can go out there and they can take a win in Houston and on their home court. Because I don't see it happening. I don't believe in the Rockets, man. I don't. Maybe you do. I don't.
No, you can go back to that first podcast where I said the Rockets never had a chance. You're right, man. To say Warriors sweep sounds disrespectful, but as I look on it, it sounds about right when you think about it.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't even want to talk about this too much anymore. I just want to watch the game tonight.
I agree.
It comes on in about 30 minutes. I don't know what basketball to me, dude. It's just I need another legitimate super team out there that I feel like they could compete with the Warriors. Because right now I feel like it's just the Warriors and it's everyone else. You know what I need to see? I need to see. I think LeBron on the Rockets, which I don't know how that fit wise. They all had to change their game completely, but if they were, it could work if they changed their playing style. Gordon Hayward and Kyrie come back on the Celtics. That can also be a great matchup against the Warriors. And maybe like a Paul George or Kawhi, probably even both of them in Philly. I need more super teams because right now it's just the Warriors and it's everyone else.
The talent and the fit of the Warriors is like ridiculous. It's not like we talked. So you talked about LeBron, Harden, and Paul in this theoretical dream.
Yeah.
Well, they got to sacrifice, and the Warriors is like, they don't have to. They all fit.
Yeah. I think at this point in the career, LeBron should start sacrificing and learn how to play off the ball a lot better.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, and then also play some goddamn defense. That could be a start as well too. I don't think he doesn't need to be on a team where he's carrying the load, but I think that's how he wants to be. I think I can see a 38-year-old LeBron wanting to be the man. Completely.
See it too.
And that's unfortunate because at that point he'll be Jordan on the Wizards. It'll be like LeBron on the I don't know, the Seattle Sonics when they eventually come back. And it's I don't know. It'll just be something bad, man. He'll have his Jordan the Wizards moment if he doesn't learn how to change his game, though. He will have it.
So disrespectful.
It's so true. Don't you
Seattle
agree?
Needs that team back. Seattle needs that team back before people in OKC start hampering on me.
Oh, see, once again, you find some way to
No. I'm trying to avoid that. I'm saying Seattle needs their team. It doesn't have to come from OKC though. I mean, what the Magic doing these days?
They're
exactly
signing bad contracts and trading away future stars.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Bismack Biyombo and Victor Oladipo.
I digress.
Out there. We digress. Okay, all right, let's switch up completely. I just want to touch this real quick. It's a shout out. You ain't gotta say anything, but shout out to the Washington Capitals, dude, for finally breaking through the Eastern Conference. It's been 20 years since a DC sports team has broken through to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. That is pathetic. That is bad management. That is terrible coaching. That is horrific player acquisition. Why have I been a fan for this long? I have no idea. I tried to leave, but somehow I'm still here. I tell you, it's a bad relationship when it comes to me and DC sport teams. I'm even wearing a shirt right now. Chris Thompson, who broke his leg by a Kirk Cousins stupid play against your goddamn New Orleans Saints. That's another game we gave away too.
What a great ending that was.
Yeah, for you.
I was there.
You were there. That's right. You were there.
That's right.
That was a good game, though. It was a good game. Went overtime. Yeah. The Capitals, shout out to y'all. You're up 2-1 right now. But finally, dude, it's been so long since the DC sports team has finally represented its own conference. I'm not even talking going to the title game. I'm just representing your own conference in its own title game. It's been years. It's felt like it's been a curse on the city. You're a city. I think it's only 15 cities that have 4 professional sports teams of all the major sports: baseball, hockey, of course, football, basketball. And it took 20 years for one year to break through to get there. That's just bad. Like I said, bad ownership. The Nationals, bad playoff runs. So, just shout out to them. I appreciate it.
Shout out to the faithful DC fans. As a New Orleanian, I mean, listen, we had our bad days. Of course.
Yeah.
Lunch bags over our heads. The Jazz before the Hornets. I mean, we had nothing for the longest. Of course, I remember the magic of that post-Katrina season with Reggie Bush and all. So I remember that feeling. Just getting to the conference finals / NFC championship game. And, shout out to y'all.
Yeah. Finally. But it's one thing different with y'all than us is that you just had a football team for the longest. Then you finally got a basketball team back. Well, you lost a basketball team, then you finally got it back. You don't have a baseball team, which I don't know why you don't have a baseball team down there.
We're not that big of a city. Not that big.
Yeah. How about a hockey team? I feel like I could support that.
Man, we from the South. We don't.
That's true. But it got a couple Southern hockey teams, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I think a baseball team would do well down there.
No, we got a. I don't go too off topic. We got a AAA team and it barely sells.
Oh well. Yeah, never mind then.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that got what I got. I love your football down there though. So
we do.
Yeah, Saints will look good again this year. All right, so that's that. I'm just happy that someone's broken free. It just feels like we won a championship, which is pathetic in its own right. So I know. I don't want to talk about that too much more. So let's talk about this other topic right here. Joe Budden and Diddy, they signed a deal together for Joe Budden to host a new TV show or a new podcast on Revolt TV. Budden, the music, the podcast, Everyday Struggle, him leaving Everyday Struggle. I'm a huge fan of Budden's music. I also like Budden's second career. And this topic of conversation I really focus so much on Joe, but we could touch on that also. But it's good. It's a lot of times you see rappers that after the music is over, they kind of just like fade to black. You seen Infinity War? Yeah. It's kind of like when the career is over. It's like almost like a Thanos snap. They just they just disappear on you. Where they go at. I ain't seen them no more. But it's good that you still see it. I feel like that his career took a second breath. And honestly, one could say that Budden's even more popular now than he was while he was rapping behind the mic. What do you think about that?
I think he's been positive for the culture.
I think it's been great, absolutely great.
There's not a topic he's not afraid to touch on. He went head on with this Kanye thing. When a lot of people are being very careful with their words, Joe went right in. As I wasn't a big fan of Joe's music, but given time and hearing some of the things he said, I've gone to some of those older albums and those old works, and those songs have grown with me over time, and they're still growing.
Some have said, not to cut you off, but some have said Joe Budden was Drake in his era, Drake of his era. Musically.
Joe has been very vulnerable. If you're talking about that kind of Drake, like Take Care Drake,
yeah.
In terms of vulnerability, Joe, I mean, he has an album called All Love Lost. It's got like a Cupid thing with that arrow, and it's shot down. I mean, the album title says it all. So yeah, I could see that ahead of the game with the mental health we talked about earlier. With
right. You talked about it a lot.
Player I can't think of. He talked about that in his songs.
Which
he talked
player?
About going to therapy.
DeMar DeRozan?
Nah. Well, yeah, but the Buffalo Bill player.
Zay Jones?
Zay Jones.
Yeah.
And we talked about that. And so Joe was ahead of his time with mental health and talking about those things.
Even TV just ahead of his time.
Yeah.
His YouTube channel. The radio. He hosted Hot 97 for a while.
Right.
When people thought that was bad to do for a rapper.
He was one of the first active people on Twitter. Like his fans love him because he's so interactive and still interactive on Twitter with his followers, and I follow him. And like you talked about some of the Celtic players leaving. Avery Bradley, and some of those cats, how they're doing worse.
Yeah,
I have not seen an Everyday Struggle clip since he left.
I think the show got canceled.
Did it? I didn't even know.
Yeah, it went through Star. Then I think Wayno popped from there for a little bit. I don't know. I didn't really watch it after Joe left. After Joe left, because it was his idea to do the show.
Yeah.
And he went to Complex with it. And Complex didn't want to pay him when it was time. So we said, fuck it, I'm out of here. I respect Joe for that. Now, Budden did the right thing. Yeah.
And Joe was ahead of his time on also, I don't want to talk just to Joe, but like being the master of your own masters, as Hov would say. And he wanted to control what he sold. And some of those independent things. I think he said, I remember he said one podcast, these young rappers need to stop signing record deals and start getting a bank loan. Like that's like next level wisdom, stuff we haven't heard before.
Okay.
And so we talk about like these second careers. I would love for some of these MCs that have come through the game, instead of just saying, oh, these mumble rappers are trash, et cetera, well, educate them, put them on game. You got all these lessons learned. Teach this younger generation. I say that like I'm old, but these young cats, the lessons you've learned, so they can come up.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Joe Budden's always been. I feel like Joe's been not even a step ahead, almost like 2 or 3 steps ahead when it comes to a lot of things. I watch a lot of his next moves carefully to see what he does, because I think he's always looking. He's like the game. Everything in him is chess. So he's already thinking 3, 4 moves ahead while somebody's still stuck with something else. And also, you got a couple other rappers out there doing this thing, like Noriega runs a podcast. I think it's called Drink Champs, just off the top of my head. He also has a cooking show coming out, too. On, it's on, what channel is that on? I think is it Food Network? I'm not too sure, but he has a cooking show coming out as well. it's a lot of rappers out here doing some great things. Rick Ross owns a couple Wingstops, so it's good to see guys that they get the money in rap because rap money gonna last forever. We all know that. It's just you get it, and you gotta know what to do with it next. You already have the platform. Use your platform to do something else. Because that, like I say, NBA, it's like an NBA NFL career. It doesn't last forever.
And the perfect example is J. Cole's. I don't want to talk too much about it, but 1985, that very last record. Hope you bought your mama a house. Because like, rap isn't built to last forever. These long careers are anomalies. They're not the standard.
Exactly. Snoop Dogg, Jay-Z. Ain't nobody. Right. It's two. It's two people. Right. It's two.
Right. And even like Joe's lasted, I think, 2 decades. So it's like early 2000s into, I think 2016 was his last album.
Yeah. Now he's saying he's retired. So.
Right. But just those are anomalies in and of itself.
So that's that. Salute to Joe. I definitely will be watching wherever we put it on TV. I think the show's called State of the Culture. So definitely interested. Highly interested in that. All right. Real quick before we get to our last topic, Dwayne Casey firing. Was that right or no?
Yes. That Raptor team crumbled mentally in the biggest moment. That team lacked in-game adjustments, and both of those are clear signs of coaching.
Yeah. A lot of people say he shouldn't have went. That Dwayne Casey should definitely got fired. You've been there for how many years, and you haven't won shit. The aim of the game is to win. It's to win championships. Obviously, you could beat LeBron. The Celtics are doing it right now. If you're not winning, then you're not. What are you doing here? We're not here to be complacent. We're not here to put up the same results as last year. Status quo. We don't need all that. Moving on. Dwayne Casey, you'll get another job somewhere else, but it ain't working out here. And that's that. All right. Lamar Jackson, Joe Flacco. Let's talk about this real quick. So Lamar Jackson, Oz Newsom trade up, very last pick of the first round, got Lamar Jackson. The city, first of all, the city of Baltimore and that Ravens team need a shot in the arm because they're the last, like, since the Super Bowl, even before the Super Bowl, their offense has been horrific. And I think that Joe Flacco, honestly, I think the Super Bowl run, he wasn't really that great. I think he threw deep bombs to Torrey Smith, who got pass interferences, and he threw 50-50 balls to Anquan Budden, who really, to me, was the MVP of that whole playoff run. I watched every single one of those games. If it was for Anquan Budden, the Ravens didn't win the Super Bowl. You heard it here first. Then they paid Joe Flacco an enormous amount of money, $65 million, and he does absolutely nothing with it. I think we went back to the playoffs maybe once, but they haven't done shit since. You can say personnel. They had the wide receivers there that they need. I'll give you that. But Flacco, we gave you that money to overcome. And if you're not overcoming, then what are you here for? So, enter Lamar Jackson. So, Lamar Jackson said on the interview, I guess I asked him about Joe Flacco. And he said, yeah, I sent texts or called him, but Flacco hasn't responded back yet. Now, you saw Roethlisberger up there talking a whole bunch of shit about Mason Rudolph. First of all, Roethlisberger, shut the fuck up. You want to retire every other year. You mention about retirement off season, and now they draft a rookie. You talking about playing 3 to 5 more years. So get out of here, big men. Just don't get caught by a college campus. What do you think about Flacco and Lamar Jackson? I don't think it's Flacco's right to have to teach Jackson, but I mean it's also something else being a good teammate and a locker room guy.
Joe Flacco is who he thought he was. You were right. I agree. Anquan Budden should have won Super Bowl MVP. That playoff performance, Anquan Budden was playing.
He was the man.
Lights out. He was catching every contested ball. Yeah.
Yeah, there were just nothing but contested balls that Flacco was throwing, and Budden was so strong. He was able to get position of it.
Right. And since he got paid, he has not performed up to that contract. You brought up an interesting question. As a professional, is it his duty to train Lamar Jackson? Probably not. But I mean, you can respond to a text. We shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be here right now talking about this.
That is very true. I don't think Lamar Jackson. I think he should have avoided the question somehow. He had to be as honest. Put it like that.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's a rookie, and first time with the media, maybe doesn't. We knew Lamar Jackson was a project, and I think that came with some of his media stuff too.
Yeah.
But I mean, Joe Flacco, just respond to a text, man. I shouldn't be having to talk about you right now.
Yeah. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, welcome to the team. Um, just be a professional, dude. It happens a lot. You're an aging quarterback that hasn't played well. What the fuck you think was going to happen? Roethlisberger, you're an aging quarterback talking about retirement every offseason. Midway through the season, maybe I ain't got it no more. You get mad that we draft a quarterback in the third round that we had a first-rate ground on? You're 30, Big Ben, you're 35, 36, and your style of play is not going to last another 3 to 5 years. We're getting ready for the future, baby. You're not going to be here forever. Maybe we could put you in management somewhere, definitely not player development if you're talking this shit right now. Nah, baby. Lamar Jackson, also you too, you get some heat as well. You got to be smart in the media. You can't be putting out things like that. You keep that in-house. You go to Oz Newsome. You go to Harbaugh. You tell them boys about that right there. Like, hey, you haven't heard from Joe yet. Just want to reach out to him, just say hello. With that being said, let's talk about the style of play. They're creating packages already for Lamar Jackson, get him on the field. I think it's a great thing. That's wonderful. You draft him in the first round. Use a skill set. You got RG3 there as well too, so they're already getting that read option will be there. They saw Foles in Super Bowl, how effective it could be. The quarterback is at a run every single time, but the threat of the run is what makes it great. That's why RG3 was so great back in 2012. It's a threat of the run, and also when they take it off. But I think back to Lamar Jackson, Flacco. I think they're both wrong in the situation. Like I said, Flacco got to be better. Lamar Jackson, don't tell the media shit. And that's pretty much that right there.
I agree. And what was the quarterback that the Steelers drafted? Was it Rudolph his name?
Yeah, Mason Rudolph, OK State.
If you and I are gonna criticize Lamar, he handled it well. Because Roethlisberger spoke up first, and then Rudolph said something along the lines of, "Well, shit, I'd say the same thing too."
And so, he played Mason Rudolph perfectly. Was a professional. Yeah, exactly.
I just wanted to give some credit there. I kind of disagree. I don't want Lamar Jackson being on the field right now as some product. I don't know. So we don't know how he's being trained, I guess, on the field. But I would really rather that time being spent of him developing his quarterback skills.
Well, it's things he does well right now. Like he throws a great deep ball, and a read option. I mean, he could take off on you. Get you like 10 yards. That's a first down.
He can do those things, but my fear would be, does that stunt his growth? If you're spending time with limited training camp hours we have now, does that stunt his growth towards what he should be doing, working on his mechanics, et cetera, et cetera?
I think quarterback's mechanics can be overrated, especially when you get to that high of a level. I'll tell you why. Now, if you got like a long wind-up Tebow motion, you shouldn't be playing quarterback in the NFL. Straight up. But if you're getting the ball out quick, depending on based on what the offense is, what quick is, West Coast offense, is quick. 7-step drop is different. So whatever your offense is based on, if you get the ball out quick for that, then it's no need to mess with your mechanics at all. You don't have to be. It has to be the prettiest. You got to make it. It has to be good, of course. I'm more concerned about your accuracy. If anything, is it accurate? Is it hitting the receivers on time? It can look good coming on your arm, but is it behind the wide receiver? Are you throwing the ball too far? So mechanics are a little bit. I don't know. It's like a shooting form. Like look at Sean Marion shooting for him. Wasn't pretty at all, but does it go in? Does it affect? Can the shot get blocked? Quarterback. Is the mechanics affecting? Is it affecting the fact that D linemen are easier to knock the ball down? Right? Is it passing not on time? So Lamar Jackson, I know he has some work to do as quarterback. I think actually, to be honest with you, I think every single one of those quarterbacks drafted this year have a lot of work to do. None of them, to me, are pro ready to step on the field right now and take over a game. Baker Mayfield, both of the Joshes, Sam Darnold, they all need work. They all have a lot of problems. This draft was interesting to me, man. I don't know who the best quarterback is. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 2-3 years. Looking back at it, I'm highly curious. It's a couple like Andrew Luck when he came out. I knew he was gonna be good. I watched the guys like this guy's gonna be decent, but these other guys, any one of them could bust. Darnold was a turnover machine. Baker Mayfield may just not. Who knows? Maybe reverse back to his Johnny Manziel ways. Josh Rosen doesn't seem like football that much. Josh Allen played at Wyoming. Accuracy was terrible. Lamar Jackson, mechanical issues. They all have a lot. They all have a lot of red flags. So I don't know. I have no idea.
Quickly, mechanical issues. I think we're saying the same thing, just in two different lights. When I was bringing up mechanics, I was leaning more towards accuracy, not just how does it look when it comes out.
Like footwork and all that.
Yes, exactly. Footwork, hips.
I'm not a quarterback guru, but as long as you're throwing a rock and it's getting out there in a timely manner, it's accurate.
Right. You want 0.3 of a second. That's really quarterback nerdy, but that is the standard.
It depends on the drop back though. Well, you told just release from Okay, all right, yeah, okay.
We didn't get to do a post-draft podcast. There are a lot of question marks with these quarterbacks.
We can go all day. That could be his own podcast.
Baker Mayfield, we talked about it briefly, his height, but I think he's overly dependent on his athleticism.
That's not gonna work in the NFL.
And I have questions about that side motion that I didn't think I talked about enough. A little Vince Young in there with that side going like that instead of like over top. We'll see. Time will tell.
Brett Favre had that side motion too.
Brett Favre is different. And he struggled a lot because of his mechanics in big moments. Shout out to Tracy Porter in that pick.
He also struggled up here a lot in big moments.
Yes.
Brett Favre, why don't you just run it? Why don't you just run it, Brett Favre?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm not mad at it though.
Yeah, I know you're not.
I'm not at all.
Oh shit. Yeah, we gotta do we definitely gotta link up to we gotta do it post draft. Because I got some questions about you and that defensive end that y'all drafted.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
All right, we'll do it.
Let's talk about it.
Bet. All right. Well, I think we covered everything today. That was solid, dude. Went through everything. I think we're good to go.
Yeah. We'll talk off air.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody, viewers, appreciate it. Y'all boys have a good day. Jair, anything else to say to the people?
Thank you for watching. See y'all next week.
Untitled, always massive.